The billboard loomed over the convention center. A warrior in sharp cosplay, every detail vivid, and the credit stung, photography by Suzu.
I never posed for that photo. Why is my face up there? Why her name?
3 months earlier, Asahi had been a hobbyist cosplayer with cheap props and zero connections.
Suzu has 200,000 followers. She ignores booking requests. Why am I even trying?
Still, he typed a short message, attached a reference shot, and hit send. For 3 days, nothing. Then a notification lit his phone. Photoshoot offer accepted. Suzu, no details, no contract, just confirmation.
Wait, she actually replied? To me? That makes no sense.
The day of the shoot arrived. The convention hall buzzed, neon lights cutting through a sea of costumed bodies. Asahi squeezed through the crowd, a fake sword strapped to his back, feeling utterly outmatched. Then he saw it, her portable studio against the far wall. A collapsible backdrop, professional lights, a tripod with a camera aimed like a weapon.
You're Asahi,
Yes? You're Suzu?
the one and only. Ready to become something?
Become something? What does that even mean? She's talking like she chose me personally.
I've been waiting for a face like yours. Something fresh. Something that won't look like every other cosplayer.
A face like mine? Like I'm a rare item she finally spotted. This is weird, but I need the photos.
A thread of unease coiled in Asahi's stomach, but Suzu was already walking toward the backdrop, her rings clicking as she adjusted the camera. She checked the settings on her DSLR, the screen glowing, her face half lit by the preview of an empty frame.
I should be thrilled. A famous photographer chose me. So why does this feel like an audition I didn't sign up for?
Don't just stand there. The window light is shifting. If you want this, step into the frame.
And so, without another word, Asahi stepped into the light of her lens, not yet knowing that she had been aiming at him for years. Suzu did not wait. She stepped forward, adjusting his arm, tilting his chin, moving his feet like a sculptor shaping clay.
Chin up. Sword lower. No, not your whole body, just the wrist. There.
The shutter clicked again and again, each snap a precise command. Asahi followed before he could think.
She's not capturing what I look like. She's deleting everything I thought was wrong and building something new.
In a brief pause, Suzu turned the LCD screen toward him. The image stared back, a stranger who wore his face.
That can't be me. How did you get my shoulders to look like that?
The shoulders were always there. You just didn't know how to show them. That's what I do.
The shoot wrapped after another hour. Con attendees had started to gather, watching the photographer work with a quiet reverence.
Okay, that was incredible. But seriously, what do I owe you? I saved up, so just tell me the rate.
Rate? There is no rate. This was a trial shoot. You don't pay for a tryout.
Tryout? You took over 100 photos. That's more than a trial. Let me at least cover the setup.
Put that away. I wanted to see if you'd listen, and you did. The next one is for real. 2 weeks.
Next one? I never asked for another shoot. She's scheduling me like I'm already signed.
Same hall, Friday. I'll send you the time. Bring that costume again, but find a better boot. I'll handle the rest.
Hold on, I didn't. Friday? I work on Fridays. I can't just skip.
You'll figure it out. Cancel the shift. Call in sick. This is worth more than a day's pay.
Worth more? She doesn't know my rent situation. But those photos, they were better than anything I've ever seen.
Suzu shouldered her gear and turned to leave, but paused at the edge of the lighting rig.
One more thing. Don't post these anywhere. Not yet. These are mine until I say so.
Mine? Like she owns the light that hit my face. And I'm still going to say yes to Friday.
The convention hall swallowed Suzu into its neon blur, leaving Asahi with 100 photos he couldn't share and a promise he hadn't made. That night, Asahi sat in his cluttered apartment, scrolling through Suzu's Instagram with a heavy thumb.
Wait, every single post. That's me in different poses, different costumes, hundreds of them. And no other model.
Her grid was a mosaic of his own face: warrior, knight, mage. The follower count was 200K. Every shot bore his likeness.
She's a professional with a massive following. Why would she build her entire portfolio around someone she just met? He typed a message. Suzu, why is your entire Instagram just photos of me? We only did one shoot.
A minute later, her reply appeared: because I finally found the face I've been searching for. Stop stressing and get your costume ready for Friday.
The face she's been searching for? Like I'm some missing piece she's been waiting to find? This is insane.
But he couldn't deny the quality. Every image was editorial level. Industry magazines had started reposting them without his knowledge.
She turned me into something, and I agreed to Friday. I'm already in too deep.
2 weeks later, Asahi stood in front of his mirror, the repaired costume hugging his frame, a new boot on his foot.
She said, find a better boot. I actually did it. What am I doing?
He grabbed his prop sword and headed out, the weight of unanswered questions heavier than the blade. The convention hall was larger this time, a different venue. Suzu had sent the address the night before. He found her set up in the corner, lights already blazing, camera aimed at the empty backdrop.
You came? Good. I half expected you to bail. Drop the sword. We're starting with dynamic poses today.
No hello. No asking if I'm ready. She's already directing, and I'm already obeying.
He stepped forward, her lens finding him before he found his mark.
Hold it. Not there. To the left. No, my left. Good. Now, imagine you're protecting something. Don't just look heroic, believe it.
Believe it? The only thing I believe right now is that this woman knows more about me than I do.
The shutter clicked, and the cycle began again, Suzu's voice sculpting him into the image she'd already decided he would be. As he held the pose, his eyes caught the reflection in a nearby glass panel. The billboard from 3 months later stared back at him from his memory.
That billboard. It hasn't happened yet, but she's already building toward it. I can feel it.
The shoots multiplied. Every 2 weeks became every week. Suzu booked him without asking, driven by a schedule only she knew.
She's scheduling me like a recurring appointment. I don't even get to check my calendar anymore.
And then the first brand email arrived. We'd love to sponsor Asahi for a promotional shoot. Please reply with his rates and availability. Zenith Energy Drink.
Sponsor? I didn't apply for anything. Who told them my name?
A quick search revealed the truth. Suzu had listed him as her exclusive cosplayer model on her professional site.
Exclusive model? I never signed anything. She's selling my image without my consent.
He messaged her immediately.
Suzu, I got an email from Zenith. You signed me up for brand deals without asking?
A minute later, of course I did. You're building a career and I'm managing it. Trust me, this is how you level up.
Manage my career? I just wanted a few good photos. Now I've got a manager I never hired.
More offers poured in: a prop replica company, a costume fabric supplier, a convention PR team.
She's everywhere. Every deal has her fingerprints. I'm not a cosplayer anymore. I'm her product.
At their next shoot, he brought it up directly.
The brand deals are getting out of hand. I need you to stop signing me up for things without my permission.
Without your permission? I'm the reason anyone wants you. Do you think Zenith saw your amateur shots?
That's not the point. I don't want to be a billboard for things I don't believe in.
You'll believe in them when the check's clear. Stop being a hobbyist. I'm making you a king.
King? Like I'm her creation. This isn't a partnership. I'm just the clay.
But when he looked at the latest magazine cover with his face on it, the resentment curdled into a strange gratitude.
I hate that she's right. Without her, I'm nobody. With her, I'm this.
He didn't confront her again. Instead, he started quietly checking her tagged photos, looking for cracks in the perfect story.
There has to be a reason. Nobody builds an empire around a stranger without a secret.
Asahi decided to attend a smaller convention alone. No Suzu, no schedule. Just him and his own camera. He slipped into the crowd, trying to blend in, no armor, no sword, just a visitor. But then he saw it, the unmistakable softbox glow in the corner. Suzu's rig.
No way. How did she even know I'd be here? I didn't post anything.
Took you long enough. I was starting to think you'd bailed on me.
I never told you about this con. How long have you been tracking my location?
A good photographer knows her model's schedule. You're not very good at hiding.
This isn't professionalism. This is stalking. But if I walk away, she'll just follow.
That night, back in his apartment, Asahi opened his laptop and started digging. Old forum threads, deleted Instagram captions, an archived interview from 3 years ago. In the interview, Suzu said, "My whole career changed because of a moment at a convention. I saw something that day that made me want to be a photographer."
A moment at a convention? That's where we met, but she doesn't say what. Just something.
He dug deeper, finding a contact, a former convention volunteer who had worked alongside Suzu years ago. The reply came, "Suzu?" She was a nobody. Then one day she showed up with a photo of some cosplayer and begged me to let her into the press pit. Never stopped after that.
Some cosplayer. That had to be me. But why? I was just a kid in cheap armor.
He searched for the convention that year. Only one matched the timeline. A small event in Chiba, 5 years ago.
I was there. My first con. I barely remember it. Except, no, it's too blurry.
A buried thread on an old message board mentioned a girl with violet hair who tripped in the hall and a tall cosplayer who helped her up.
Violet hair? That's her. I think I was that cosplayer, but I can't remember her face.
He closed the laptop and stared at the ceiling, the pieces connecting but not yet forming a full picture.
She didn't just find me. She's been shaping me since that day. I need to know why.
The next search would lead him to something Suzu had tried to erase, an old blog hidden in the archives. The next morning, Asahi plugged in an old hard drive, digging through photos from his first convention, hunting for a ghost.
There has to be something. Even a blurry background shot could prove she was there.
He found it, a grainy selfie. In the corner, a girl with violet and pink hair, cheap camera, desperate eyes.
That's her. She was there, watching me, 5 years ago.
A flicker of memory, wet eyes behind a camera, a shaky voice saying thanks. The rest was fog.
It's still not clear, but she knew me long before that booking request.
Before he could process, a knock at the door shattered the silence.
Who? I'm not expecting anyone.
Through the peephole, a shock of violet and a camera strap. Suzu, at his apartment, uninvited.
Open up. I brought you something.
How does she know where I live? I never gave her my address.
He unlocked the door, and she breezed past him, dropping the bag on his couch.
Your costume for the next con. Handmade. Took me 3 weeks. You'll look like a general.
How did you find my apartment?
Same way I find everything that matters. Relax, I'm not here to rob you. Try it on.
This is insane. She's in my home, touching my things.
But her eyes weren't predatory. There was a shyness beneath the smug mask, shaking hands offering a gift.
This isn't just a costume. This is a confession she can't say out loud.
He took the bag, and she immediately glanced away, fiddling with her camera.
I should go. I have a client. I think. Just text me if the shoulders are off.
Before he could respond, she was gone, leaving behind a costume that fit perfectly and a question that didn't.
She's been making this for weeks. She knew my measurements. This is more than obsession.
Asahi stared at the garment bag, then back at his phone with the old photo. The need to know burned hotter than ever. Asahi wore the general costume at the next con. The fit was perfect. A veteran cosplayer noticed him and approached with a hardened expression. She mentioned a photographer who haunted conventions, locked onto one subject. Opening her phone, she showed him a photo from 5 years ago. In the image, Suzu held her camera, lens aimed at a young man in armor.
It was me. She was stalking me long before our first shoot.
The veteran sent the file. He saved it, hands unsteady. At home, he opened the internet archive and searched for her name. A deleted blog surfaced, with broken images and scattered text.
One entry referenced a small Chiba convention exactly 5 years ago.
He read the fragmented words. A stranger helped me up.
His memory clicked. He had been that stranger.
More text. He didn't recognize me. I was nobody. He was kind. The next sentence was corrupted. Reloading didn't fix it. He tried every snapshot. Each time, the same line was missing. I decided that day was all that remained before the break.
She had hidden the promise, but why?
He bookmarked the page and began tracing the blog's original server.
He would find the full post, whatever it took.
He contacted a specialist to recover the corrupted file.
He needed to know her vow.
The hunt for her secret had escalated. The specialist sent a partial reconstruction. Asahi opened the file, hands cold. The blog loaded in its raw, unformatted state, years of unposted entries.
Images of me in armor, at various cons, all secretly taken.
Each entry was a practice shot, a note on lighting, a curse at her own inexperience.
She trained on me, like I was her personal test subject.
He scrolled down, finding a post dated 5 years ago, the same day as the Chiba Con. The entry started with a broken image and the words, "He helped a nobody. I'm going to make him a king. S."
There it was. The promise. Not just gratitude. A decree.
The rest of the post was a scrambled mess of code. Only the signature line remained intact.
She deleted it deliberately. But why keep the blog at all?
He saved the page, taking screenshots of every entry, documenting the evidence.
This is the missing piece, but I still don't remember the exact moment.
He found more practice shots, some from events he never attended. Yet there he was.
She's been to cons I never went to. How many photos did she take without me knowing?
The blog revealed a timeline, 5 years of obsession masked as career building.
And now she's made me a king, just like she promised.
He printed the blog post, the small line of text burning into his mind.
I need to see her. I need to hear her say it. But first, I need to remember.
He decided to visit the convention hall where it all started, hoping the place would trigger the memory.
I'll go to Chiba. I'll stand where we met. Maybe then I'll understand.
He booked a ticket for the next day, the promise echoing in his ears. The hunt for answers had shifted from digital to physical. Now he had to confront the past. The Chiba Convention Hall stood quiet, a shell of its former self. Asahi walked the empty foyer, echoes of a distant day. He found an old volunteer sorting promotional flyers, someone who had worked every event. The volunteer recalled a young photographer who tripped, her camera breaking. A tall cosplayer helped her up, fixed her strap. Asahi felt a jolt, the cracked lens, the violet hair in the corner of his eye.
I was that cosplayer. I knelt down and said something to her. I told her that her shot of the armor would be amazing if she just believed in herself.
And then he heard his own voice from 5 years ago, steady and sure. "You'll be great. Don't stop shooting."
That was all. A few words. And she turned it into a 5-year promise.
He thanked the volunteer and left, the memory now vivid as a photograph. Back home, his phone buzzed. The specialist had recovered the full entry. He read the restored words. "He didn't recognize my face under the cosplay. He helped a nobody. I'm going to make him a king. S." And then, because he saw something in me no one else did, I decided to build my life around capturing the man who believed in me.
She built her entire career on a single sentence I forgot I said.
The weight of those years crashed down, the stalking, the shoots, the costume, all of it rooted in a moment of kindness he couldn't recall until now.
I was her muse, not because I was special, but because I was there when she needed someone.
He understood now. The obsession wasn't madness. It was gratitude stretched too far.
I have to talk to her, not to accuse, but to understand. I need to see you, not a shoot, just us.
Her reply came swiftly. "I've been waiting for you to ask." Friday. The usual place.
Friday, 3 days. Enough time to prepare for a conversation that would change everything.
3 days passed in a haze. On Friday, Asahi wore the general costume, the fitted armor a second skin. He folded the printout into his bag, beside the prop sword.
I memorized every word. I just hope I can say what I need to.
The convention hall was alive with color and noise, but Asahi moved through it like a ghost. Suzu's corner blazed with light. She was adjusting a softbox, humming.
There you are. The hero arrives. I've got the perfect backdrop for today.
She's so carefree. I'm about to shatter that. Suzu, hold on. I need to talk before we shoot.
You want to renegotiate rates? I told you, free is my favorite price.
It's not about money. It's about how we met.
How we met? You mean your first booking?
No. Before that, 5 years ago,
The softbox light flickered. Suzu's hands froze.
What are you talking about?
the Chiba convention, a small event, a girl tripped and broke her camera.
How do you?
I was there. I helped her up. I told her not to stop shooting.
The camera strap slipped full off Suzu's shoulder. She caught it, fingers trembling.
You remember that? I thought you never saw me.
Asahi reached into his bag, pulling out the paper but not unfolding it.
You weren't supposed to see that. That was private.
The camera between them lay dormant, the lens pointed at the floor. Without another word, Asahi stood still, the paper between them like a sealed message. She did not reply. For a long moment, neither moved. The softbox hummed, the only sound.
Let's just shoot. I can fix everything in post.
No, no more hiding behind the lens. Look at this.
The printed words hung in the air. I'm going to make him a king. Suzu's legs gave. She sat hard on a gear case, camera sliding to the floor.
Why didn't you tell me? For 5 years you watched me. You built my career. And you never said a word.
Because I was afraid. Afraid you'd think I was crazy. That I'd wasted my life on a stranger who forgot me. But I couldn't stay away. I needed you to see the man I saw that day.
What did you see?
Someone who believed in others. The only person who ever believed in me. I've loved you since that day, Asahi. Every photo was a love letter.
The camera on the floor whirred softly, its sensor forgotten, still recording nothing.
She's loved me for 5 years, and I never saw it.
I know it's too much, too long, but I couldn't let you stay invisible. You deserved to be seen.
I didn't know. I'm sorry I didn't know.
Suzu sobbed openly, her rings clicking as she covered her face. The convention hall noise was distant, as if the world had receded from this corner.
I read the rest of the blog. Every entry, every practice shot.
Everything was for you. Every terrible shot, every trip to a con I couldn't afford. I was building toward today.
Asahi looked at the crumpled paper, then back at her. The weight of 5 years pressed on his chest. He had so many words, but none would come. Not yet. Asahi knelt, armor creaking, until his eyes were level with Suzu's.
I went back to the Chiba Hall. I needed to remember. I saw myself again. The cheap armor, the cracked lens, your tears. You were trying so hard to be invisible, but I saw you trying.
You didn't just see me, you told me I mattered.
I didn't know those words would become your whole world.
They were all I had. I clung to them like a rope.
Her voice cracked, the smug mask gone, replaced by raw exhaustion.
She's been carrying this alone for years, and I thought I was the victim.
Are you disgusted? I invaded your life. I know I'm broken.
I'm not disgusted. I'm angry that you never gave me the chance to see you too.
He's not running. He's still here.
Asahi extended his hand, palm up, the printout discarded on the floor.
What are you doing?
Starting over. No lenses, no backlogs, just us.
Slowly, her trembling fingers, rings chilled, touched his.
I don't know how to let you in when I've been hiding for so long.
Then let me in a little at a time. No more secrets.
She broke, a sob racking her frame as she squeezed his hand.
I was so scared of this moment, but you're still here.
Because I finally see you, Suzu. Not the photographer, not the promise. You.
The camera lay forgotten, but the moment was captured forever. For the first time in 5 years, they were on the same side of the lens. They rose together, hands still linked, armor and hoodie brushing.
5 years. Asahi, every photo I've ever taken was practice. For this. For you.
Practice? You could have told me sooner. I'd have fixed my posture years ago.
I'm serious. All those failures, all those late nights, they were leading here.
I believe you, and it's terrifying and incredible at the same time.
So what now? Do we just keep shooting?
We do. But no more secrets. You show me the shots as you take them. Deal?
Deal.
She scooped up the DSLR, checking the lens with practiced efficiency.
So where do you want me? Hero pose again?
No. No armor for a second. Just Asahi. I want a real portrait.
Just Asahi. Something I haven't been in a while.
He loosened the chest plate, letting it hang. Underneath a plain shirt, the real man. Suzu raised the camera, and this time she let him see the preview.
You're not hiding the screen. That's new.
No secrets, remember? Now stand still and try not to look like you just cried.
You're one to talk. Your mascara is a tragedy right now.
The shutter clicked for the first honest time. No direction, no hiding. She turned the camera around, showing him the captured frame.
That's actually me. Not a hero, just me.
That's all I ever wanted to capture.
Then let's take one together, you and me. No lens between us.
He held the camera at arm's length, and for the first time, they were in the frame together. The convention hall emptied, neon lights dimming to a soft glow. On the dark stage, 2 figures sat side by side. The armor lay in a heap nearby, the camera on the floor between them, strap coiled like a sleeping thing.
Suzu, I want to see it. The very first photo you ever took of me?
That old thing? It's terrible, blurry, overexposed. I almost deleted it 100 times.
That's exactly why I want to see it.
She pulled out her phone, scrolled deep into a folder labeled 0, and handed it over. The image was grainy, the lighting harsh, but the subject was unmistakable. A young man in cheap armor, helping someone up.
This is the one, right here. This is where it all started.
He traced the blurry outline on the screen. Suzu watched, her eyes wet again.
I never imagined you'd see it like this. Back then, I was so scared you'd notice me taking it.
It's the best one you've ever taken.
It's objectively the worst. The focus is on the floor.
The focus is on what matters. Us. Before all the lights.
They sat in silence, not the heavy kind, but the kind that settles when everything has been said. The camera lay still on the floor between them, its lens cap off, but for now, there was nothing left to capture.
What happens tomorrow?
We find a new backdrop. Maybe one without so many tears.
I'm not making any promises about the tears, but I'll try to keep the secrets to a minimum.
They didn't move. The convention hall stood silent, but in that corner, a new story was already beginning. And on the floor, the camera's power light blinked once, as if remembering every frame that led to this. The first blurry photo was still on the screen, a relic of a day when a nobody helped a stranger, and a promise was made. A promise that took 5 years, 1,000 frames, and 1 honest click to finally come true.